We're live. What is this, Lady Ada?
Hey everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Show and Tell, your weekly chance to show off, brag about your project, tell us what you're working on, your maker project, your crafting project, your cosplay, your sewing, your soldering, your welding, pretty much anything that you're working on that's cool. We'd love to see it. So come on by. We do this every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. With us is Special Guest. Special Kate.
It's Special Kate.
Special Kate.
There's many Kates, but we like this one the most.
Okay.
Welcome, Kate Hartman, who will also be on Ask the Engineers, which is 2 engineers. Let's kick it off and see what people got. Just mute your mics until we call on you. We're going to start off with Tony D.
Hey, yeah, so I've got a little Don't Ask, It's Not Out Yet kind of preview thing. So this is the Circuit Playground board that if you've watched Desk of Lady Ada, you can pretty much see this board from design to the prototype here. So it's similar to Flora, but it has a few sensors and things already built into it. So there's like neopixels and temperature and light sensor. And I've been playing with using Fermata, which is like a protocol for an Arduino to talk to a computer. So you can have like a program running on your computer that controls the digital output or an analog input, something like that. And I've ported Fermata over to the board, and I've started to expose some of the different things that are on the board, like the neopixels. So let me run a little Python script real quick on my computer here. And so I've got Python code that's going to run on my computer, and it's going to connect to the board right here and then light up the neopixels that are on the board here. So in just a second. So kind of cool. You can see the neopixels animating. And it's all just the Python code on my machine that's controlling this animation here. So, there's some Fermata code that I have that runs on the Arduino that knows how to talk to the neopixels and generate, the very tight timing that it needs. So the computer's not actually doing that, but it's saying, hey, light up pixel 0 red and pixel 2 to blue, something like that. So that's one quick little demo, and then I'll just do one more demo with it. There's a little speaker on here. And so I have it'll generate tones, and so it'll just play like a scale of tones. And again, it's just some custom Fermata commands that it's using. So, and Fermata is based on the MIDI protocol in here.
Okay, it's ready for
So kind of cool. Oh, sorry.
All right, sounds great.
So, yeah,
sounds and looks great.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's an easy way. So the cool thing is with Fermata, then it's a lot easier for someone to get started. You can just on your computer use there's JavaScript tools, there's Python tools, higher level languages that can talk to hardware and do fun stuff like that. So cool things.
All right, thanks for the demo, Tony D. Yeah, we're working on creating some good firmware images for Circuit Playground, so when it comes out, it's pretty much ready to go for all sorts of stuff. All right, next up, Noah and Pedro. What's up?
Hey guys, just a quick one. So last week we showed progress on the Pi Girl 2, Raspberry Pi 3D printed Game Girl, Game Boy, portable game thing. So this week we're going to release the tutorial and a video to go along with it. So it is ready. It's very thorough. So hopefully you guys check it out and maybe build your own. I forgot to ask you before the show. I want to send you one, obviously. Do you want the red one or the gray one?
Ooh, I think I like the red one.
Red one, okay.
That's pretty cool. If I get to choose.
Yeah. You can have it in any color, but I have two, so.
All right, sweet.
Red wins.
Well,
okay.
People have been waiting for a Pi 2 portable emulation game, so I like that. Yeah, I think what's interesting is that this is now the third Pi Girl, but you guys are just getting so, like, all the things you've learned, you're like getting so much better, and I like how you actually added a speaker in the front now, and you have like can you turn it around and show the shoulder buttons?
Yeah, sure. Shoulder buttons in the back there.
Shoulder buttons on the back, so you can press the. I mean,
yeah, I'm really happy about the buttons. The gamepad PCB is just it cuts the build time in half, so it's a lot easier to build. So
yeah, this is a custom PCB. You learned how to do PCB layout.
Yay, EagleCAD! Yay.
Nice work.
And Pedro's he's always working on big stuff. What do you have, Pedro?
I made a chair. So
3D printed a chair.
So Fusion 360 using the Voronoi plugin on the Type A machine. It's just a nice, sturdy little stool. Yeah, so we're using like 7/8" dowels for the feet here. It makes some Ninja Flex little bottoms here, so it's nice and grippy. And it's pretty cool. I'm like 140 pounds, so it supports my weight. And it's a nice little addition to when we're soldering here.
Cheese chair. It looks like cheese.
Cool.
That's what we're calling it, the cheese chair.
To it. That's neat.
So it'll be next week's Time-Lapse Tuesday, so you can see it all printing out and all that.
Cool.
What did you print that on?
The Type A machines.
Okay.
Big printer.
Okay, so cheese chair.
Soon, IKEA will just let you download a file and print it out.
They totally should.
That's the future, right?
Yeah, we'll upload this.
4 days later, you can sit down. Okay.
About 10 hours.
Oh, okay. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you
Overnight.
on 3D Hangouts tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Chris Young.
Hey, Chris Young.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you can hear you just fine.
Okay, let me get switched over here. Wake up, press Alt Tab. Mouse 787. Click. Go to sleep. Anyway, this is a photo of me from several years ago. That shows how I used to type on a keyboard using a stick in my hand. And that stick has a long history. I would also use it to steady my hand on the joystick on my wheelchair so that I could drive. But my arm is getting weaker and I can't use the stick anymore. So I've had to do a lot of different adaptations. I'm going to be getting a new wheelchair that has a mouth control, so I'll be able to drive again. I haven't been able to drive my wheelchair for a couple of months now. Here's how I would put a little tip on it and use it to touch my smartphone or my TV remote. I can't do that anymore. So I was going to build a remote control that maybe I could push with some buttons or hold some buttons down in my hand. This was an early prototype. It had a 20x4 LCD screen, and there's a Leonardo under there that you can't see. But I couldn't really push those buttons very well, and I put some switches in my hand. I couldn't get in a comfortable position with those. And I started on this over 2 years ago because I knew someday I was going to need it. But now I really need it, so we're starting over here and resurrecting this project. I wanted to go with something a little bit smaller. Hang on a second, I went too far. Anyway, I found out if I put fewer micro switches in the bundle, and if I make a little 3D printed attachment to it that helps me grip it better, that works better. And there it is, shows it in my hand. This is a micro BLE that the new boards or the new system is going to be based on. I bought it before it went obsolete. When you came out with the feather, you got to be quick around here. Things come and go.
Well, the feather's backwards compatible for the most part. But yeah, we all wanted to add battery charging.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see what's next here. Well, and then here's the other parts. I put, instead of that big LCD screen, I did your little 128 by 64 OLED screen. And then that's my little infrared emitter board that I use on all my projects. And here's the whole thing assembled. I know it kind of looks like a mess, but it's all going to fit in a tiny box. My dad's put things up here. Here's a CAD view of a little box that I'm going to print, or that I printed for it, the box, and there's the lid. And, oh, come on. There it is printed up. There it is in the box. I ran a cable from it over to one of those Printy Boost things that I use to charge my cell phone. That's the underneath side with the LEDs sticking out. It's got some Velcro on the bottom to attach it to my bracket. And there's a hole in there so I can hit the reset button. And here it is on my wheelchair next to my iPhone. And it uses the Bluetooth to do that accessibility switch control for the iPhone. And then it also controls my TV, my cable box, and my mouse and arrow keys for the keyboard using infrared. So all of the slide changes that I've made in this presentation, I've been triggering the infrared on that box. It goes to my PC and hits a down arrow. So I'm actually using the device right now. And as always, for more information about my projects, here's the place to go.
That's so
All
cool.
right.
I'm so impressed that you've combined like 3 years of projects into one box.
It's really been in a long process, but the technology all came together right when I needed it. There's an entry on my blog that tells a lot more detail about what I've just explained. Sort of all the things that I had to go through to get these various things to work, and the sort of journey I went on. So I encourage people to take a look at it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris, and thank you for your nice note about Desk of Lady Ada. It makes us want to make more shows. Thank you.
Oh, that was really great. You and Tony you were the ultimate example of how people from 2 different disciplines work together, and I was so impressed because
Yeah.
I've been in those situations. I used to work at a genetics research lab, and some of the smartest people I've ever met, but the computer people couldn't talk genetics, and the genetics people couldn't talk computers, and I knew a little bit about both, so I had to be the translator.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. There's so much knowledge, but the bridge between the two is where it's at.
You need that collaboration to really do great things, and I thought it was cool.
All right. Well, if you want a show and tell sticker, as always, email support@adafruit.com, and we're going to keep moving here. So let's start off with, we got a lot of folks here tonight, so let's start off with Tucker, and if everyone keep it to a couple minutes, we'll be able to get to everyone. So.
Hey, Tucker.
All right.
And your horse friend.
All right.
Unmute your mic, please.
Yeah, make sure you unmute your mic, Tucker, and...
Hi, this is my friend. This is my friend Oliver.
Hi.
And we worked on 2 projects together. So here's a solar panel, and I soldered 2 wires onto the back, and a rechargeable battery. And my science teacher doesn't know much about soldering at all.
He's never taught a soldering lesson.
So he asked me, since the 3rd graders are doing some electronics project, he asked me to make this thing so he can power a motor with the solar panel, and then recharge the battery, and then use the battery for something, and
Not use the battery. For something.
like recharge this battery, and then give it to his 3rd graders, and they can use it. And then once it runs out of battery, you can just tie these.
What if the kindergartners?
These 2 wires together. You can't really see them, but these 2 wires on each. Tie those 2 together and recharge this battery. And then the other thing I have is this. So I have a talent show coming up. So here's an audio temper potentiometer, 50K, and your amplifier. It's not working right now, so I've posted a thread on the forums asking for help. I don't know why it's not working, but yeah, it's powered by USB and the cable.
All right, we'll get you working.
And
No worries.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's it.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, thank you so much, Tucker and friend. Good luck on this is science fair thing, and we'll help you out in the forums. As always, you can email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you out not 1 but 2 show and tell stickers. Just specify that if you both want them.
Okay.
Thank you.
2 stickers, 1 for
Perfectly
each.
fitting for any type of form.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for visiting.
All right. Next up, Seth has to go soon, so we're gonna go to Seth. Seth,
Seth,
show us your project.
what's up?
Okay, so I was gonna have a separate camera hooked up over my HDMI, but it didn't work, so right now I just have to use the webcam. But this is a simple robot I built. It has 2 motors on it with offset bolts so that it vibrates, and then springs on the bottom, and then it has a battery pack. And I built this for a class on EDX, which is an online class place where they have a lot of classes and stuff. And basically it was a basics of electrical engineering class where they taught you how to make things like use op amps and stuff to turn things like photocell light sensors into digital ones or zeros if the light went above a certain threshold and stuff. So yeah, there's some basic circuitry there, and it just vibrates around and makes noises. So
Awesome robot.
All right.
wait,
Nice recycling.
All right. Very cool. Thank you so much, Seth. Email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you an ST on the show and tell sticker. What's been going on? Next up, go to Brian and.
Okay.
Hey,
Ryan,
Ryan,
how's it
show us your
going?
thing real fast.
How are you going? How are you doing?
Hey, guys.
Welcome back.
Alright, so thank you so much. So I just wanted to quickly say that last week or a few weeks ago, sorry, I was studying here. Last week or a few weeks ago, whenever I was on last, I talked about my app, and Apple did accept it, so it's now on the App Store.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Yeah, so you can get it there. And now, one thing that I've been working on for the past week that I wanted to actually ask you guys about was I wanted to know from you guys, do you guys know how to make like a custom Linux distro for like something like a Raspberry Pi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of ways to
It's
do
a
it.
challenge. What I would suggest you do is you start with an existing distribution like Raspbian, Jessie, or Wheezy. Make the modifications you want, and then just download that image from the SD card onto a file, and then you can start with just distributing that. Just remove any passwords, of course, and stuff. And then start with that, because it's easier to start with an existing distribution and modify it than to start from the very beginning.
Right, because my current project that I'm trying to work on is like a Raspberry Pi that is connected to a what do you call it? Your board that you have. It completely just went mind blank. The board that you guys use to connect to the cellular networks.
Oh, the Phono?
Flora, yeah. So I'm going to use that to connect to the server, and then it's going to be basic calling and things like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think it sounds like modifying Jessie would be a good start.
Okay. All right, well, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
Well, stop back in, Brian, and let us know how you made out. You're at the perfect age to start messing around with Linux.
Thanks.
It's going to take a while.
Thanks.
All right, next up, we're going to go to Satchel and then Mike.
Hey, Satchel.
Unmute your mic and push the button.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so I built a spectrophotometer. Just basically what that is it's something where you shine light on a chemical sample, and based off of the chemical properties, it absorbs different wavelengths of light differently. So here it is. It's in a shoebox, and here's the light source, and then I'm using a CD as a diffraction grating, and basically just press this button, and it steps through the wavelengths. Can you see the rainbow on there?
Yeah.
So the rainbow will pass through the slit, which is 2 razor blades, and then as that passes through, it'll go through this cuvette, which holds your chemical sample, and then on the other side you have a photoresistor, which basically measures the light intensity. And the cool thing is that it actually works. So I have here an actual absorbance of an extraction from chlorophyll. Spinach. And if you compare it to the actual spectrum, you can see that they look pretty similar. So you can see that these peaks right here sort of correspond to these peaks right here. And then, so it works, and it's really cool to build something that works. So, yeah.
This is a really neat citizen scientist project. When you extend this out, like you can look through a telescope, and they figure out like what elements are on the predominant ones from a star. Like, okay, this one is mostly this or that. So that's neat that you can do that in a shoebox.
Emission, they use emission, and this one is absorption. So, but it's the same concept. So
that's cool. What other things are you going to test?
So far, I've tested bourbon whiskey and wine. I was thinking it would be cool to, like, drink different glasses of wine and then test the absorbance of them and see if I could tell a difference between, like, the fingerprint of the absorbance and then my taste buds, see if there's any correlation there. So.
Okay. Oh, that's excellent. That's taking the wine spectator to a whole other
wine
level.
spectrum
The wine
mater.
spectrum. All right, well, this is an excellent project. Email support@adafruit.com, and there's plenty of room for an as seen on the show and tell sticker.
Thank you.
Thanks, Satchel.
Thanks so much.
Come by when you do more projects.
Yeah. All right, next up, Mike.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You got a trippy screen. What's up?
Just wanted to show you guys Makerspace here. Yeah, and I wanted to thank you for having me on here. I really like this show, and I like what you guys do. So let's see. I guess I'll switch over to a video stream. Hey guys. This is the Makerspace that we just started up called the Open Source Tech Zone in New Denver, British Columbia, Canada. And I'll switch to another camera here just to show you around a little bit. There's, oh wait, wrong one. Okay, here we go. So we just got we make custom LED lights, and just scroll around here. Don't really have a ton of tools yet, but we have some basic essential hand tools and soldering stuff and screwdrivers and all that sort of stuff, and some drills and saws and stuff. And yeah, then just kind of around. It's kind of dark, but
looks cool.
That's the space, and we're trying to run it kind of like all sort of by donation. I've been offering my computer repair services by donation in the area, and it's been sort of working out. And so I figured to get a space, and I could show you one of the flyers, I think. Oh yeah, there's my shop rates flyer. So it says, in the spirit of open source philosophy, services are offered by donation. That means it's up to you. If you're not comfortable with this, $55 an hour. If the whole concept bothers you, $500 an hour.
That's capitalism for you.
Outstanding. Well, all hackerspaces get the reseller discount, so if you ever wanted to be a reseller of Adafruit stuff where you sell stuff and there is a margin because you're reselling, just email support@adafruit.com. A lot of hackerspaces fund themselves that way.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, I haven't really played with your guys' stuff yet, but definitely looked around on it, and the NeoPixels really interest me. And yeah, a lot of the little feather boards and everything. It seems like, yeah, that's the sort of stuff that we definitely want to get in here. So I look forward to playing around with it in the future.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. Email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you out an as seen on the show and tell sticker that you can start a collection of probably a ton of stickers. Hackerspaces require a ton of stickers.
Sticker is not $500 each.
Yeah.
It's free.
All right. So we have about 6 minutes left. We'll try to squeeze in the last two folks. Craig just came in, and then C. Scott. So Craig, if you could do 2 minutes, and then C. Scott 2 minutes, we can get to everybody. Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Hi.
Hey,
Thank you very much, and Audrey.
Hey,
I
Audrey.
just wanted to show, sorry about all the technical problems, but we're on.
All good.
This is a Nintendo NES and controller. You probably remember those. And then we 3D printed a custom back and put a Raspberry Pi Zero inside of there.
Cool.
That's fantastic.
So we had a lot of fun with that, and just to show you really quick, this is the Pi Zero board attached to the GPIO. The PCB from the Nintendo comes out and goes into the right locations, and you drop Emulation Station on there, RetroPie, and you're playing all of your favorite ROMs.
Yay! Favorite ROMs.
All right, Audrey, what was your favorite part of the project, and what's your favorite game?
I like the 3D printing part.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're having fun with that.
Yeah, I don't really
You have
know.
a favorite game?
I don't know.
We were having a lot of fun with 3-player Gauntlet.
Gauntlet's great.
That's
With
good.
my younger son too, so that's. Yep.
All right.
We like them all.
All right, sweet.
Okay, we'll be releasing the Game Girl tutorial, so if you ever want to do a handheld version as well. We'll have that on
That's more
the
3D
site
printing.
tomorrow. Yeah, more 3D printing.
Absolutely. When will you get more Pi Zeros? That's my
Yeah.
It's a little bit up to the Pi Foundation,
Yeah.
but as soon as we get them, we put them in. They are very much in demand. So.
Yeah.
I check every 10 minutes. You know?
The fact that there's scripts that people have written to do that for you.
There's applications now. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Greg and Audrey. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, and we got to see Scott. For Alfredo, just came in. Maybe come in next week.
Yeah, we're about to end.
Yeah, because we only
gotta
have a couple
go.
minutes.
See
So,
Scott.
Scott, what you got?
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I'll be quick. You hear me?
Yep.
Testing. You hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I'll be quick here. The first thing I want to talk about is, I'm going to reimagine. You probably remember this guy. This is a little innocent. Did it back fall 2014. Well, you see this little smaller case. Creminius is in the larger one, and this is in the smaller one. I'm going to redesign this board into a 5x7-inch board, but I want to put a little QT solderless terminal block in the middle of it, and have all of the synthesizer elements not be connected, so you can just basically kit bash circuits using various synthesizer, an oscillator, a filter, and whatnot, and then anything you care to think up on the little breadboard, and kind of making an experimenter's kit. I'm thinking it would be a little bit more useful than a stock synthesizer voice, because I've got better versions of this. They aren't quite as inexpensive, but so look out for that. As soon as I figure out how to build the board. Secondly, if you remember Clock Monkey, I now have boards coming in. I'm just checking the spacing of the switches and the little micro SD card socket and whatnot. But I should have some rudimentary functions running on this for next week. We'll see. The third item is Creminius is running on your dual power supply you sell on the store. So it runs perfectly fine. So if anybody
We pretty much got that power supply just for you, so I'm glad. I'm glad you like it. We stocked an item that
Target market.
That you are the target market.
Well, when I go to make the breadboard version of this, it will also be designed to use that power supply. So we'll make sure that it is a useful item. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was women in technical fields that were kind of ahead of their time. One of those that I should have mentioned before is a woman named Alice Bennett. She was born in 1900 and died in 1995, so she had a nice productive life. She was a pharmacist, and she was really, really smart. I know this because she's from my hometown, and she was my father's mentor. He is a pharmacist. He's retired now, but he's a pharmacist. He has a pharmacy called Ryder Pharmacy. And everything he learned about the profession came from her. And she opened her store in 1939. It was called Bennett's Pharmacy up until 1967 when my dad took over the business. But pharmacy and most medical professions were heavily male-dominated, and it was kind of unique, especially in northern West Virginia, for a woman-owned business to thrive for 40 years like that. So not every notable female pioneer of a particular profession is famous, but I thought you should know about this one.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the name? Alice Bennett?
Alice Bennett was her name. Yeah, Bennett.
Okay, if you have any other information, email us. We will put it on our time travel section, which is now turning into a bunch of women did amazing things and probably didn't get a Wikipedia entry. So if you send us a note, we'll put it up on our site.
I'll try and kick together a little dossier and a link for
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Alfredo, would you be able to come back next week?
It'd be nice if you could see my face, huh? Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. We're going to do Ask an Engineer. Alfredo, if you can come back next week, we're out of time. But we're here every single week. We're easy to find. Time travelers can find us, speaking of time travel.
Every Wednesday, 7:30. That's what we do.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Satchel. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, C. Scott. Thank you, Craig and Audrey. Thank you, Chris. And see you next week, Alfredo. All participants on the show and tell get a Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. We'll see you on Ask an Engineer in a few seconds. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.